trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Gun. Shot. 11. Shot.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage. Here's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
11.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
11 empty. Shot.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 59 yards. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about touchdown.
Samaje Perine, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
A first carry now Nick Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
Got a man. That's Ayuk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now it's Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Browns. Donovan Peoples-Jones, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Browns drive about to get started. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Chubb will get the call, running left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, that's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
On 2.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now, the offense had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is what...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
He's got a man complete. A big play that time for Cleveland. 42 yards. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. But this defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
The middle, it's Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. York able to send this one through, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he is going to have them going to his 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 1, ready?
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like, and now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll snag about 5 yards down at the 32.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Chubb. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher. And we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank. It doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Credit that to the former Texas Longhorn, Joseph Osai, who got in there.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Watson now to throw. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
What's that?
Second down and goal. Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
Here we go, here we go.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Right, Eddie.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, Barber, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
He will find his man Chase complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. First down. Here's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he is going to lose yardage here. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. The Browns drive about to get started. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's at the 40, the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Of all the routes that defenders would love to remove from offensive playbooks, I think the wheel route would rank near the top. And on that one, they almost had it, just wasn't able to come down in bounds.
Yeah, as you see right there for the running back, it's tough as you're going toward that sideline trying to stay in bounds. He couldn't do it.
Yeah, just didn't have enough real estate, as they like to say.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. And McPherson on for the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And Chubb will try the middle here. We'll get this to about the 38.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And Burrow going to throw again. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great effort there. With now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The Browns drive about to get started. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Out. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Final minute now of the third quarter. To try again after the sack. Watson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Joseph Osai picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here we go. Right, Eddie. Right, cut.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
From the 22, Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Flushed out right. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow taking it in from the 20. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Browns drive about to get started. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's match the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Watson. They'll find Ayuk open right side. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow under pressure. They got him again. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
The Browns drive about to get started. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. The handoff to Ford up the middle. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Here we go, set.
And they take a knee.
Ready. Ready.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Last two plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest.